We have saved everything. Perfect. Good. So the thing is, as you said, yeah, I've also tested a very early version of episode 3, by the way. So that was also there. You know what? I'm just putting your face up. We have Agonia activity officially.
Do we?
I mean, you're here and you're talking, so
Okay.
I guess you can just talk a bit. I mean, maybe one day I can also make my own boomer shooter, not in GZ Doom, but yeah. Not in GZ Doom, but in well, it's gonna be Godot, so probably gonna be do a more 3D affair anyway. It's just like that's the thing. I really love. Okay, here's an interesting thing I noticed. Okay. I feel every time boomer shooters go 3D, like there are really good GZ Doom ones. Okay, again, Beyond Sunset is coming out, and despite some stuff in the background, I will shill that game because I fucking love it. It's like, it's an amazing soundtrack, it's amazing visuals, it's just the right kind of bonkers for a cyberpunk setting. So yeah, if you ever played something like if you ever were like, hey, I like Doom Eternal, but wish it was always a bit more fluid and played a little bit better, and also Cyberpunk. Watch out for Beyond Sunset launching this Friday. God, shilling this goddamn game again. But yeah, it's a good one. I like that. But I do think there's an interesting part with the... there's an interesting thing about the... How's it called? About the boomer shooter scene. Because honestly, I love the fact that we live basically in the best time for boomer shooters and survival horror. Like, there's like great survival horror, there's great boomer shooters, there's sometimes even great survival horror boomer shooters coming out, so I like that. It's very good, But so what I find interesting is if you look at the 2.5D ones, they're all basically extensions of Duke Nukem 3D, which I don't mind because Duke Nukem 3D is like, I wanted to say it's probably the best 2.5D boomer shooter of the day, but blood exists. So then again, they're both build engine games, so I don't know what to say. It's just they are really close together, I would say. And honestly, I kind of hate the fact that every time I do hate that in the general discourse, people are always like, "Oh, Duke Nukem 3D, this was just this raunchy game," and like, listen, I know everyone is like, "Oh, the development of shooters was, there was Doom, and then there was Quake, and then there was Half-Life." Like, no, the development, like, in terms of design, was Doom, Duke, Half-Life. If you actually, play Duke Nukem 3D and then Half-Life, you would sit there and be like, holy shit, Half-Life has so much influence from Duke 3D. As in, like, okay, here's a level, and the thing is just that it then connects to the next level. That's how Half-Life did it. That it was more of a continuous thing going on. And that was actually pretty cool. But yeah. Beyond Sunset doesn't do that. They have distinct levels, but they use that to make really distinct levels. And I think one of the funniest bits that happens during testing You know what? Okay, wait. I need to ask. You know what? I don't know if there's an NDA or so. I just need to be like, because the content is out. You know, I can't tell you shit about the episode 4 and stuff, but still, questions need to be asked, and I want to be nice. Always be there, but like, you know, yeah, we're definitely gonna have a beach level. It's gonna be important. Okay, yeah, I'm free to talk about it. Nice. Okay, so yeah, so fun thing that happened is that basically I was testing episode 2, and there were some bugs and stuff, but I think the game broke. Let me. Yep, there it is. It happens sometimes. Anyway, the thing is, you know, I test that and there are just some bugs. But then I actually get to the boss of episode 2. And I fall into a hole. We didn't even know there was a hole. It's just, I just ran into a hole in the floor, and Patrick and I forgot what his name was. Damn. Basically, we were like, "Yep, there's a hole that we need to fix." So that was funny. And then, so there's this thing that it does that's basically kind of par for the course of boomer shooters nowadays. That bosses are a little bit bullet hell. Here's the thing, I suck at bullet hell. Agonia wanted to get me to play Touhou once. Listen, if you think I am a flailing toddler at programming, you should watch me play Touhou. I suck at it. Like, even if I can like recognize patterns and stuff, I suck at it. And yet, apparently, I got enough, I absolutely got enough training to spot stuff like, you know, patterns that, when I tested that boss, I kind of just obliterated it. And, they both were like, what the fuck? Because you need to keep in mind, a few months before that, you know, I think episode 1 was out and such. I streamed episode 1, and the boss there kicked my ass. I cried, I was done. It's just like, it was one of those moments where you're just like, nope, fuck it, I'm done with the world, this is bullshit. It wasn't, I just sucked, but yeah. Then episode 2 boss comes around. Supposedly harder because it like literally has walls of bullets going against you. I easily dodge them all and just annihilate the boss, and it's like, oh, how did that happen? So yeah, which apparently was just like a whole. Everyone else had problems with the boss, by the way, according to them, which I probably get. Most people who probably are testing and like boomer shooters are not like, they don't really play that much bullet hell. It's just funny, you know. Haha. Fire everywhere. Die. Ah, yes. So, hope everyone also had a good start into the week. So far, I'm actually pretty glad how well Godot works out. Like, you know, that I keep making progress and it's just nice. Like, I don't know. I think I'm getting too... Huh. Honestly, that fire grenade launcher is that's a monster to break through on the first points here. More people should put us on the MAV. Holy shit. There we go. Damn. Maybe the boss was just afraid you would drag them into Godot for some reprogramming. Maybe. It's a robot, so spoiler. You fight you fight a lot of robots in Beyond Sunset. Actually, they're great though. I think they were a bit okay because they're sprites, but they're not like sprites in the classical sense. Because, you know, Agonia currently is just, you know, doing sprites in a... Okay, and like, okay, you do manually every pixel by pixel. Meanwhile, I think Patrick, because he's more proficient in that, chose to do it in a way that's like... How's it called? Damn. He chooses to do it in a way that's... So he basically made a 3D model and then scanned it into... and then made it into his right. Hey, once my cat, welcome to the ending out of our very normal programming. So we made some progress again today. Damn. And added some definitely very adult things. I'm currently talking about the fact that there is Beyond Sunset is coming out on Friday, so that's gonna be cool. Anyway, that should be it. Okay. Oh wait, that's only counted as 2. What the shit? Ooh. Yeah, Gonya is currently like looking very hard into making good pixel art. So no. No. Damn. I died. I mean, honestly, top-down pixel art is kind of hard to make, honestly, especially when you work with limited pixel space.
Yeah, you're not even talking about the usual top-down.
Yeah, we're talking about Contra top-down. Everyone else is making the... Actually, you want to be sideways, but we're doing top-down. I don't know if I like that or not. Well, I would know. Oh yeah, you're doing a lot of pixel art. So yeah, currently we are in a bit of a... Yeah, I can maybe later show you if you want. We have like a really. It's kind of grating though, but we have a background now thanks to Agonia, and we have rolling death balls. Everything else is currently borrowed, but we have rolling death ball enemies. So we now just need to keep making other robot enemies to make our. I don't want to say perfect game, but
Game.
Game, yes. And maybe I need to find some better sound effects for shooting a gun, because like honestly realistic sounds don't really do it. It's like I want to have more of the classic like I need to check what the sound is from the heavy machine gun from Metal Slug.
You know what you could do?
What?
We have a good microphone, right?
What?
We have
Yes.
a good Do we have an old food processor we don't need anymore?
No, we're not.
We
No.
could throw in some nails and stuff, and that should make a nice sound.
It would definitely be some sounds. Sorry, we don't have that. No. You're thinking very practical though.
But otherwise, I need
And there I thought you wanted me to just go near the microphone and go.
like maybe like a hand crank where I could mount the stuff from the food processor. A wooden board to, and then just hot glue a plastic cylinder on top. Then we could make our own food processor.
Yeah, you did some pixel art for last year's Inktober. Ooh, one Pokemon pixel art per day. That definitely sounds like something to do.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah, that's what a lot of artists do always. Like they have like a theme and then they try to do it once per day.
I don't have a theme.
Yeah, I do think some people share themes around that they are like can compare to each other.
What the? You can share themes? Or
Yeah, you know that you say on social media, for example, like, hey, this year's idea, you know, you want to make, for example, Pokemon stuff. And then you try to make a Pokemon a Pokemon art every day. It's literally just this idea that you do something every day.
That's not the theme, right?
Well, the theme is that you make Pokemons.
But there are so many different art styles.
Yeah, but I mean, basically in your own / in pixel art, for example, then.
Yeah, pixel art is technically a genre, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the point, that you do it repeatedly. I don't know if you want to. It would probably not be that bad for you if you have like a clear list to do every day for October. They had like 30 days of just pure practice. Every day is a bit much for me to attend to pixel art drawings that take more than. Yeah, you really are doing it pretty.
And do not forget, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yes, I know, but like that's the thing, that you need to that you just do something that looks pretty good.
I don't know if I should do it every day, but maybe start once per week, or maybe a bit more if I can.
I mean, that you try once per week. That should be good.
Because I never did anything arty ever.
Yeah, and now you want to learn. It's probably easier for you than the programming.
True.
But yeah, the everyday is usually like when people do something more simple and try to actually get. Try to get it done. That's the point, that you have something constantly to do. Okay, nope, die.
Yeah, it's understandable. Accumulation of practice is all you can do.
And I get why people make stuff like Inktober. It would be. I know people say, "Oh, yeah, join the game jam and stuff." And I'm like, listen, I am so bad at it. I'm like kind of happy that I just started to figure out classes. I should not join a game jam, probably. and work myself to death in 48 hours with nothing to show. Also, by the way, funny thing happened. Sadly, it's not. I didn't catch it on stream because I did it when I played with friends. I think it's here because you can see those are dog tags you got of other people, and is it down here? Oh yeah. I knifed in a death from EA, so from DICE. Whoop! The menace. But yeah, I don't know. I just hope I can get to somewhere with that, and you know, when you help a bit, I do some progress. We should be getting somewhere. Yeah, I am just happy about the death balls, and maybe in the future we have some crawlers and some things that maybe run on tracks. That should probably also be not too hard to do, I think. You know, in terms of animation, because tracks are just tracks. You can just, you know, say, you know, you basically do the same as the ball, just with tracks. I only need to make it so that enemies move around each other then. That's gonna be... Honestly, pathfinding logic is probably gonna be the hardest part of it.
Who knows?
Okay, you know what? I suppose so.
You thought a lot of things would be very hard and you figured them out in 5 minutes.
I mean, okay.
Meanwhile, things you thought were easy took you like 2 hours.
Okay, yeah, I mean, how should I actually knew that? I could have just gotten if child leaves tree. Just do this like, oh, okay, that works. That's bullshitly easy, actually. Thanks again, Hyvernox. That just saved so fucking much time. Die. Die. Live. Die. It's always live or die. Live or die. Always. Oh, because of Battlefield 4 it's coming too bad. You know what? Can you choose for me?
What?
I need to do kills with with either those three, one of those, those two.
The one with the highest fire rate.
I don't... It would probably be the P90.
What about this one?
This one? Actually has a pretty fast one. Biggest one. Big guns. Okay.
Rate of fire is 650. No, big guns get... This is also well, yeah, sure.
Rate of fire, okay, 900. So, P90 is faster. Okay, biggest gun. So it would probably be the M60 or the M240B. Girls should... Are we paraphrasing bitches love cannons again? Okay, M60? M60, that's a big one. Okay, M60. Look at this. Oh, it's a good chunker. I think it's also in 6, so you will probably see me play this one, especially since it's the support weapon. And you know I play. Bitches do love cannons, yes. very normal stream again. I still find it so funny that some people get weird when you tell them they should actually kept the battle rifle category. But no, then they're like, oh, but that's Hardline. Yes, Hardline was onto a lot of good things. Can the one Battlefield game that Agonia had fun to play be bad? No, I don't think so.
Only the beta, though.
Only the beta. You never got the base game, so that's that. But yeah, we have begun.
Well, they killed Hotwire, you know?
Yeah, that was so stupid that you... Oh yeah, you can just get stuff out of a trunk and then also... Oh lol, everyone, all the servers, because this can take quite some time to understand and set up everything. You know what? That's why I'm doing this. Like, the moment I have, like, level geometry and, you know, I can play stuff, I can start putting in pathfinding, and then I can maybe do, like, level 2 and level 3 and stuff like that. I just realized I tried to shoot someone with my dart pistol. Medic dart pistol. But yeah. Big guns. There we go. See. Oh, okay. Just doesn't want to be revived. Okay. I do, honestly, I do wonder how the Egyptian I think the Egyptian supports are girls in 6, so actually looking forward to them. They look the Egyptians look pretty cool in that game. Actually, they have pretty beefy armor, so like yes, like that's always a thing. I feel like, you know, when so okay, everyone, I'm kind of pretty much a purist when it comes to armor, because like I hate boob plates. Like if you're not doing you know, ancient Greek style you know, bronze plate where, you know, even in the you know, the ones for their standard warriors had like chiseled in abs even if they didn't have abs themselves. Like, if you don't do something like that, I'm just like, no. You have armor in your game and you put it on girls, then it should fucking eliminate the figure. Like, you have some, like, you have, you know, chainmail. This thing weighs down. It's like, it gives you some contour. Yes, because, you know, you want to, like, chainmail, by the way, chainmail is heavy. So this is why you actually wear it with, you know, you put padding, then you put chainmail over that, and then you put on a belt on your waist so that the weight of the chainmail on your upper body is resting on your waist. So hips basically. So you will always see a waist with people wearing chainmail, because that is literally where you rest your, well, your mail. You have to. But like, if we talk about like modern body armor and stuff, I always hate it when then people are like, oh yeah, you know, it's body armor, but like, you know, Kevlar is so bendy, and I'm like, no? Question mark? Like, you have body armor, you gonna make the body armor shape. Okay?
I guess if you go for like an 80s arcade fantasy vibe.
Yeah, and even then it's always like,
I don't like it, but at least it's consistent.
I mean, here's the thing. If you actually did that, you know, like, you know, let's just say, you know, oh, you want to basically make the female version of Contra, then tough shit. You know what? I've seen actually.
I thought more like golden axe, but okay.
Okay. You mean more of the barbarian style?
Yes. That's
Okay,
why I
yeah,
said
but like.
fantasy.
Yeah, we have the eternal
Where
discussion.
nobody wears nothing.
It's like it's like that discussion of Dragon's Crown where people are like, oh my god, have you seen the magician? I'm like, have you seen the fucking dwarf? It's like, you know what? Maybe solution to unrealistic armor, fight naked.
Fair point.
Fair point. It's just like, you know, if you have a game where you can say, yes, the magician is tall woman with way too tiny waist and way too fucking big boobs, but literally out-chested by the male dwarf. Sorry, someone just went ham on those character designs. They are unrealistic to the max. There is no, oh, the women are unrealistic, the guys are unrealistic. They're all unrealistic. Like, who cares? You don't need to like how it looks, but it's a style. Anyway. But yeah, no, I do like, you know, I do want to have, you know, when you have certain settings of more, you know, modern armor, I do want to have my games have a bit more, you know, elimination of body features, because like it's fucking armor. Let me just actually look it up. But yeah. Trying to find some good picture of it, but I mean, it is kind of interesting that they actually went. Oh God, everyone's already gone. Oops. Wait for me! I still find it interesting that I think Battlefield 6 is like the first major game or like major shooter where Egypt is a faction. Well, a sub-faction, but it's still in there, you know? That's just considering how many, like, we have a lot of games set in Egypt, but I don't think ever there was any representation for like the Egyptian armed forces, which is just okay. But yeah, pathfinding is definitely something I will tackle later. Like, I do think the next things to do would be actually making, you know, the enemy classes more of a thing, and then maybe going and how's it called? make a second enemy class. So like, you know, that we have how's it called? Melee enemies and ranged enemies. Oh. Okay, that's probably gonna be a bit of work, but hey, I just realized since we have, we're gonna make melee and ranged enemies, I'm like, what if the balls, and we make it like a bit blinking, but we can if we make an explosion sprite,
Yeah.
and we can make it so like, oh, that sprite is being played when it dies. And then it just does a fixed amount of damage. So they're not like instantly deadly, but they're like, they hurt. Meanwhile, others are more like they don't dissolve when they hit you, but they start making like an attack animation into chip damage. Or we just have two melee enemies, and we're basically making one the quick balls and one the one like maybe a slow crawler, but it has a bigger payload. Why is there BMP2 in that room? What the fuck does a BMP2 do there? That's illegal. You can't just drive a tank into that room. Damn. Okay, there. Dun. Falling explosion particles could also be useful. Fair. I mean, I do want to make it more of an, one sprite first, because,
If you can, in the long run, let enemy corpses be still displayed, you could make them smoke.
I mean, that's like... that's not that dumb if, you have, like, some robot corpses lying on the ground and, like...
Yeah, then I need a few destroyed death ball sprites I need to do. And the explosion. And you make smoke effects, I guess, afterwards.
The question is now, how do you program that? Because you're basically sending it into the background, then.
Yeah. You basically delete everything except the sprite 2D and its parent, and deactivate the script somehow. And if you want, make it a bit harder to move on.
I mean, that's not that hard to, do the whole harder to move on, but Okay, that could actually be hard, but
Actually, it's the same thing. If you solve the first thing, you solve the second thing.
fair point. If we solve the first thing, we can just instantly say, hey, if you're on that, move slower. So, and we already know changing velocity is easy. So actually, yeah, and getting into particles is a good thing later. We have a good list here actually. So yeah, probably on Saturday or so, if I have time. I guess it really it is like trying to build a level maybe a bit, and trying to get enemies into their own class. You have the bullet in their own class, so question. Okay, I mean I could definitely do like 2 guns, but
If you don't know how to do an explosion, watch a video about the Bundeswehr.
what? I mean, list just keeps getting longer, but that's good. That's good, Hybernox. Like, here's the thing. I do want to make a game. I want to get to a point where I can say I made the game, and then I can actually work for, I can work from that. And I mean, also one of the reasons I am learning Godot is, the sequel to this game that is coming out next month in October literally has Godot as their map editor and mode editor, so...
A fork of it.
What?
Fork of it.
A fork of it, yeah. So, I should probably just learn a little bit of GDScript to, be able to, maybe make some modes, because I have an idea for one, and I do want to try making it. So, time to learn.
Explosions look kind of different than you think.
Yeah. I mean, most explosions in real life are a bit different.
But look at this.
It's very bright.
And blue.
Yeah, there is some blue. I mean,
Yay.
you can put some blue in if you want to.
Blue explosions. For like 1 frame.
I guess that's doable.
Yeah. As the person who does the pretend pixel art.
You're not only doing pretend pixel art, you are doing pixel art. It's maybe not like the most high quality one. You don't have like a 3000 by 3000 pixel sprite and with custom fart animations or something.
It's more like I still have no idea what I'm doing. I'm mostly looking at what other people do and try not to copy it one to one, but to copy it like conceptually.
I mean, hell, that's kind of what I'm doing with the code here anyway. You know, like
I have to start somewhere.
it's just interesting how currently my limit for code, like it was like 1.5 hours. Now it's more to 2 hours up. But I do really feel when my brain starts being mush. So it's definitely one of the, I don't know, it's that learning effect. You know, you do stuff, you understand it to a degree, but like if I pushed myself more, I would probably just start screaming at some point because I'm just like, no, brain hurts. Too much words.
Learning things without professional guidance is painful for me.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, let's just be really getting. I have to be honest here. I'm kind of glad I'm streaming it. I'm kind of glad that people like you, Hiver, and Tensor are in the chat because I just. Listen, some tutorials help, but it's just a lot of them are not good in my opinion. They're just
and then there are tutorials that look good, but the comments tell you no, actually don't even start doing it like this. And I was like, I have no idea about programming, so I don't know how to evaluate this.
Yeah, that's like you're just sitting here being like sometimes, what? Help? And yeah, you just get a bit you get a little bit sad. Like, I mean, I know that this isn't because people programmers don't want to teach or something. It's like I just think a lot of them are just not good teachers, and that's fine, I'd say. Like not everyone needs to be not everyone is a good teacher. That's just also a pretty big thing, Not everyone is a teacher. Teaching is hard.
Yes.
Especially
there's a reason why there are science communicators.
Oh yeah. Aside from, oh yeah, people can. Why don't we do it like that? The customer can just use it with a command bar. No.
Just call the API.
Getting programmer content recommended on YouTube now, and it's funny, but yeah. Spotted enemies with Soulflam. It's like, this is so stupid. But yeah. But like, again, this isn't like something I just want to be like, look, I did it and it worked. I wanted this to actually form it to something that I can maybe put onto a site and just be like, look, you can play this. It's not gonna be something where I will say, but let me put it like this. I do hope I can, in the end, make something that would be worthwhile to, that I could maybe put onto Steam and say like €1 for that. Obviously, you're probably gonna be like, why do you set a monetary goal? The thing is more like, I would not want to request money for stuff if it doesn't have a certain amount of quality. And I think if I set myself a goal of, hey, if I can do something that I can say this is worth €1, I already did massive improve in my ability. Because in
general, it's a learning project. You want to learn.
I want to learn
how to do things.
Yes, I want to learn how to do things, and that's just where I sit, and I need to work and have goals and just keep at it. Oh, I need to kill people with shotguns now. Okay, what shotgun should we use? Everyone, we have the classic pump action, the full auto drum mag, the double barrel pump action. What would you say?
Huh?
I need to kill people with shotguns.
Okay.
Standard pump action, full auto drum magazine, double barrel pump action.
Full drum.
Okay.
Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
I know. Actually working on stuff like levels and maps is probably something where I'm much more comfortable with. Like, I mean, I did mapping before, so that's actually just, I don't have a problem with that. So, actually in 3D, I worked on Unreal Engine editor, so yay. Da, 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 da. So I have some knowledge, at least in that department. And, well, dungeon design. 20 years of dungeon design. Do, 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 do. See, I spotted the spotter. I think they spotted me. Here we go. And this is a good spot. That was honestly one of the interesting things to hear, when people were like, oh hey, if you jam TTRPGs, that's actually experience in design. And like, in hindsight, yeah, fair point. There flows a lot of stuff flows into that you can be like, oh yeah, how to make things interesting. To a degree, it is working with a given rule set, but like that's level design. Like, let's just be real here. Building dungeons and everything else in TTRPGs, that's just level design. Because if you make a game that is just literally like, here's a rule set, like, I have my enemies, I have maybe later objectives, I have certain assets to make walls with and stuff, and then I only need to kind of assemble them to be fun. Similar how, you need to look at how maps in, for example, shooters need to adapt to the game they're set in, because I do think sometimes, you know, bringing some of them over one-to-one is just, it's just not working. You need to change things. This is getting ridiculous. Like, obviously from standpoints like optic, because for example this map here was in Battlefield 5. This one was a World War II map. I mean, it's fucking Iwo Jima. And now you have like helicopters. That's and instead of having slow planes, you have jets. There's a big difference in how, or you know, how the ranges of guns work differently. And you kind of need to always keep stuff like that in mind, and how you, if you change things up, because yeah, what's a good example actually of where you would need to change things again? Oh, yeah. I think a good example would be if you want to update like one of the older maps, for example Saigon from Vietnam. Okay, you know what? I'm picking exactly the one from the game that probably no one played. Anyway, the thing about Saigon is it's actually pretty interesting. It's a bit asymmetrical in setup, but you can do a bunch of stuff with that. It's not the point. The thing is, what makes it interesting is that Saigon is like, it basically has two levels to it, as in like, there's an overground and there is an underground. And the underground isn't small. This isn't like, you know, oh hey, you have some caves or stuff. No. The underground in Saigon is like a whole ass sewer system, spanning the whole map below the surface. And that's cool. See, it's a bit meat grindy, yes, duh. But actually it's a cool setup, because you know you have like one and I would say a lot of the map would work actually, because I mean, you're not telling me anything new here. Again, 20 years, over 20 years TTRPG, GMing, dungeon design, etc. So I know that part. And I did, you know, mapping for Unreal Tournament. I know my way around stuff. So like, you know, when someone is, when there is something about like, I really look into stuff, how it can work, because I like that. It's like, there's just a certain harmony in analyzing things like, I say harmony. It's just, there's a certain enjoyment in analyzing data and designs, because I do think sometimes things miss or could be better. yeah, for example, with the with Saigon, there's for example this one room that's actually pretty cool. See, it's basically a giant generator room. And the cool part about this generator room is that it's completely underground, but since it's huge, you have some ranged combat in it. Now the problem is there are, I think, only like 2 to 3 entrances. So this whole thing, you could say, oh, this could become a bit more meat grindy, which fair. The thing is just, there was one big difference from Vietnam to, well, later, you couldn't revive. Meaning, pushing into that room wasn't that hard because when, you know, it definitely cost the attacker some tickets, sure. But, you know, respawning wasn't that fast. And, you know, you couldn't just revive people constantly, so you need to definitely... That thing would change a lot. Also, nice. It's going forward here. Okay. Still have this. Shotgun, C5. Kill some with defibrillator, that's doable. Huh? Yeah, no problem. But that is it for today. Hope you all had fun. Hope you all had fun, like, ending this out a bit. And, yeah, we had some Ogoni activity. So, I made great progress. So, yeah. I don't know how to end this one. Thanks for being here. Hope you all still have a wonderful week ahead of you. Hope you stay safe and stay healthy. See you all on Wednesday for Outward. And yeah, that do be it. Good night.